This section heading is called Adding Tools. So now that Bob has access to the router, what Bob is looking to do is to set up a pivot point. So a pivot point is going to enable Bob to essentially cover his tracks. So communications will come from the router and not from Bob's station when trying to trace them back. Now, in order to do this, Bob is going to need certain tools available on the router in order to launch what he's trying to do, in order to, essentially execute the attacks that he wants to execute. So that's what we're going to do in this step. We're going to go through kind of the process of him going through and installing those tools. So let's click on Bob the end station over here. So now in the previous section, we learned that the username password combination was *admin and then funny password. So this was for the SSH service. So now Bob is going to go in with those credentials, *_admin at the router and funny password. Okay, so now on here, Bob's going to go through some, commands, run some commands in order to learn what operating system he's working with. So we're just going to illustrate this by typing lsb release, and we want to see all. So we'll do a -a. So over here, we can see that we're working with a Debian-based system. And in fact, it's of the flavor squeeze. So it's Debian squeeze. All right. So now inside of a particular file on this Debian system is going to point to a mirror. So a mirror is where this device will get its packages and essentially its updates. So update packages and packages, install packages. So we can view that, and essentially we're going to edit that. So we're going to go to etc apt, and then it's going to be source list. And sorry, we got to do sudo nano. And then Control E to go to the end of the line. Let's edit this out, and it's sources list. Hit enter. So this is the mirror that it's pointing to. So now we're going to need to add our own mirror and comment this one out. So we'll add a comment character in front of that, go down a line, and then we're going to type the following. We're going to do deb, and it's going to be http:// It's going to be archive.debian.org/Debian, and it's of the flavor squeeze, and we want the main mirror. Okay, so we want the packages that are on the main mirror. All right, so now that that's in place, Control X, Y to save, hit enter. Now the attacker would run an update here in order to retrieve a package list. Now we're inside the virtual environment, so we're not going to do that. The other thing that the attacker would do is just to make sure that the packages are available. But again, the attacker would already know this because they would have done their research. So we're just illustrating that these packages are available on that mirror by typing sudo apt cache search. And what we're searching for first is Scapy. So we need this for our pen testing assignment. Over here it spits out the package name, so that if we wanted to install it, this is what it would be. And if I hit the up arrow key and we want to look for hping3, hping3. And again, this is the package name if we wanted to install it. So we're inside this virtual environment, and we have a mirror in this virtual environment, but it's not for this distribution. It's for a different distribution, for essentially our Ubuntu stations, not for VIOS. So let me do a sudo clear to bring this back up to the top. All right, so now on here, the packages are already pre-downloaded. They're just not installed. So we have them hidden, not necessarily hidden, but stored by our package manager. So we're just going to type apt-get install. So we're telling the package manager now to install them. The file that we're looking to install is going to be python-scapy. Okay, and now the next one is going to be hping3. hping3. And let me go full screen here to see what's going on. So I put a -y on there. I didn't do it here. So you would have added that in if you were going according to the site. Okay, so all done. Let's proceed to the next section.